Everybody, welcome back to Hex Token. Here is your host, Superman, and we're going to get into it, folks. Hex.com. Let's go. And we're on day 852. Now, there's a date issue here. I'm not sure what that's about. So presumably this data is up to date. So just take that into account. It should say the 2nd of April there. So just looks like a 0% change there. It's got 15.509 in the top price stat snapshot. And of course, let's get on to the ROI from all-time low, 5th of January 2020. Is 2,747x. That excludes staking. The T-shares at the moment, we got over 6 hex per T-share payout. Pretty nice. And of course, the share price at $3,291. Pretty similar to yesterday. The share rate, of course, up 15.6. It's a pretty decent increase. And we're at 21,218 hex per T-share. So that's only going up and to the right, as I say. The average stake length, 6.39 years, and the annual percentage yield rate, interest or inflation, as we like to say, early in-stake penalties is 37.98%. And of course, let's have a look at liquidity in the pools. And just under 150 million hex in the pool, just under 222 million in USDC, and 2,132 Ethereum in the pools. Let's look at the valuations. Valuation locked, 9.58 billion, and a market cap 89.58 billion, and the T-share market cap at 35.11 billion. T-shares down a second day in a row, 12,863. So that's two pretty heavy days. And of course, we also in the last 10 days had 3 down over 10,000 T-shares. So if you've got a T-share, you're in a pretty nice place there. 10,668 is a minute. So 10 million, 668,000 T-shares in the marketplace at the moment. So look at the total supply numbers. So we've got inflation up 24 million. And you can see that's the second highest day in the last 10 days. We've got total supply at 639.3 billion. We've got circulating supply up 60 million, up to 577.5 billion. And a lot of that includes the Origin account. But we can see that we've had 2 decent days there, maybe even 3 in the last 10 days. That have been a pretty decent increase in circulating supply. All right, so stake supply there, down 36.4 million as stakes come out. And, of course, we're at 61.8 billion hex staked. Good accounting up 1.1 million. And we've got stake percentage of coins is the same as yesterday at 9.67%. Payout per hex is 64.2 million. And penalties are a bit better today, 1.2 million. And total holders, let's have a look at holder numbers, up 252 to 473. Stakers up 70, up to 89,904. So we have had a little bit of an easing off here on the stakers, which has been interesting the last couple of days. Total stakers up 103 to 112,712. And finally, current holders up 178 to 288,991. So I expect Pulsechain to really explode these values as we move in. And Hex on Pulsechain gets priced up. It's going to be one of the gems on there for sure. Let's have a look at the Hex price at the moment, 15.5 cents. Just pretty much kind of trading sideways out of this little wedge here. So we'll see where it goes and waiting for it to move. But at the moment, just sitting at the very bottom, or not quite the bottom, but almost the bottom of the trading range here, which I kind of got 15.5 to 18.5 cents. So let's see what does there. Expecting it to break out really. We will see. All right, the Hedron, of course, has been doing pretty well. Now has tapered off at 3,000 and has not moved yet to try and do the 3,600, 3,800. So we'll see, watch what that does too, just currently moving sideways. Let's have a look at the markets. Not too bad, holding up 46,000 on BTC, just shy of 3,500 on ETH. And of course, Luna is the big buyer in the marketplace. So we'll watch to see whether that happens. Up to 10 billion they're trying to target there. Let's look at the T-share price at the moment, $3,242 per hex. And of course, we got most of the liquidity in ETH and USD on version 3 pool on Uniswap. The T-share price is up and to the right here. We can see that we've come off the cheap part, 2,300. We're basically up another $1,000. Obviously, if we get back to all-time highs, we're looking at like $11,000, something like that on Hex for T-share price. The adoption is a bit slower lately, but was doing pretty well. But that's going to obviously go ebbs and flows, and when Pulsechain comes, gets supercharged. The share rate, of course, is up and to the right, so obviously that pushes the share price up, regardless of what's happening with the Hex price. That is the underlying prices going up from that point of view with the share rate. Payouts per T-share, of course, spectacular, typically around about 6 or higher. and that's pretty nice. And of course, the 15-year global stakes, we're going to zoom on the next 11 months and see what's happening there. We're currently, of course, in the April month. And of course, by the end of April, the 30th, we've got 237,000 TShares coming out. So not that many, but of course, we've had some decent unstaking or maturity stakes in the last couple of days. So we'll be watching that. Expected to continue to break up as we move forward in time. And of course, possibly the earliest date I have for Pulsechain launch is the 18th. But it could reasonably be up, maybe early May or something like that. So we'll see how Richard feels about that. But everything seems to be progressing extremely well for a good launch. So I hope you guys enjoyed that quick update. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and I'll catch you in the next one. And bye for now.